Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for ApeCoin. Excuse my voice, I just woke up, but it's very important I make this video now. I thought I might have a little more time, and we might, but I also want to make sure you have this information. So there's a couple different counts I have on this. The clear one is that we have a diagonal off the bottom and a pullback to the 618. And now either a smaller wave 1 and 2, or nested potential 1-2s. So I want you to pay attention to the shape, okay? Because there's a lot of coins in this scenario, and I'm going to post them as quickly as I can. But we have our diagonal up, a nice pullback to our standard Elliott Wave retracements. We then have a move to the upside. We break above the wave 1 high, and we consolidate sideways. Keep a watch on that. I wasn't going to make the video yesterday because we had that drop yesterday, but we've recovered so quickly that we could just be looking for a breakout from here. And I'll explain the scenarios for that, but I want to show you an example. I'm kind of annoyed I missed this. It was on my list. I had this mapped out and everything, but I was mad that I missed this. I want you to take a look at the pattern. We make a diagonal from the low, pull back, we break above the wave 1 high, come back, retest, and never make a lower low breakout. And that moved 150% in like a day. So that's why I think it's so important to at least show you the scenario on this video. Now, just to be clear, I am not saying this is going to happen. I'm not trying to predict the future here. I'm saying in previous bull markets, when alt season starts and whatnot, this is the pattern it makes. And the pattern is available now. That's all I am saying. I'm not saying this is going to happen. It must happen. I'm saying it's one of the options. You can see we're right at our median line of our pitchfork. So we'll see if we break here. Now my target for this one is only for a third wave currently is only to 350. That's only 76% move. Could be much higher. You never know, right? It could break out like Cody. It could not. But this is the one I thought was very important to share with you. And I'll talk about my strategy because I'm not currently in this and I'm trying to get involved. So there's a couple ways to count this. It's kind of an ugly, a 5 wave is there, but the 4th is quite long, as you can see. So I'm considering the fact that maybe this is all of the diagonal right here. And that could be a second 1-2. Came to the 618 extension of the wave 1 off the 2. You know, I usually look for a second 1-2 in that area. But it could also be the diagonal here. I'm really unsure. I'm torn by it. It fits better where the second 1-2 is up here. But guidelines, standard extensions have it here. And this wave can be counted 2 different ways. In the first way, the first perspective, this is the low that we're not going to come back to, which that's my bias right now, that we do not come back to that low. We just push, break. Reason being, if this is the second 1-2, all this is a WXY as a running flat. You know, I always talk about those. And if it turns out to be a running flat, it is a very, very bullish structure where we can get a move like that Cody move. It's there. This looks like 3. This is 3, obviously. And the reason why I'm switching my bias to that is the quickness of this recovery. We recovered, this is the high in gray I have. We recovered this resistance so quickly. So I'd be surprised if we even come below this area here and get a buy. I'd be very happy if we come back, but I'm not banking on it. So I'm going to suggest how I'm going to take this. This is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. What I'm going to do, this could also be making some nested 1-2s, right? Diagonal up, make a flat, another 1-2, and off we go, as you can see. So there's many ways to count this. I'm not going to get obsessed with the count. I'm talking about the strategy. So on Cody, if you bought the breakout, you missed the first one. It got stopped out, but the second one you got. So I'm more about position sizing in scenarios like this. I want to get as big of a position size as I can. So what I tend to do is, say we start moving here and we break out, I will have a trigger order on this above this breakout high. If you want, you can wait for a candle close above, because sometimes you'll get faked out, and pull back for one more, then go. That's a very, very big possibility. So that's where you'd wait for one candle close above. If it really gets going, you can just buy it. But it's totally up to you. This isn't financial advice. So what I'm going to do is buy the breakout just above, and wherever the last pivot is, if it's right here, that's how I'm going to calculate my position size based on the previous stop. This one right here. Just because I can get a much larger position size, I'll show you that. Say we reach that, I think it was like 350, my target. Call it 350. In this scenario, where I buy the trigger and my stop is just at the previous pivot, wherever it ends up being, like it could be, you know, it could be one more up here. So wherever my pivot is, my previous one, that's where my position size is going to, or my stop is going to be. So it could be up here at 15-1, but we'll call it just this one for now. Call it 10-1. I would much prefer getting stopped out once on this, and then we go and do it again over here, off a pivot over here, than having the stop all the way back here. You can see I get 3-1 versus 10-1. 3-1 versus 10-1. So I'd rather take a 10-1 here. Maybe I get a 15-1 over here if I lose. That's just the way I prefer it. And reason being is I'm playing this as a breakout. That's not a normal way I trade. It's just based on the current situation. And that's the best way I can get return and take advantage of the setup. So I just wanted to show you that. This is very possible. If we pull back, I will relabel this as a diagonal, and we haven't had enough correction time. Like I label this is the high, and we need to come back, do this right before we go. But I want to make sure I don't miss this move like I did with Cody. Very frustrating, guys. It was on my list. Sorry, I didn't get that up. But this one's going up, so make sure to pay attention to it. I'm going to put it up right now. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.